mesquite seedlings. These are the first things that I've planted here to establish a new ecosystem zone. I'm going to be establishing a riparian ecosystem. That's the zone of interaction where wet and dry come together. Not too much wet here in the arid region. It's technically not a desert. We get 2 to 4 inches a year more than what an actual desert gets. Not a whole lot of difference if you ask me, but to get technical, this is not an actual desert, semi-desert. But this zone of interaction is between the higher, rockier, chunky ground, the slightly higher ground. When it rains, this area has no standing water, aside from being a slope. The water either sheds off or soaks in real quick. In either case, it goes away. It doesn't linger long. Just a few feet down from all that is this area where the bigger stones are a lot less common. The ground is a lot softer and finer. This area down here, when it rains, is so flat the water doesn't really run off. It just puddles up in the small divots here and there. Just accumulates and the small puddles merge together and become bigger puddles, and the area is just a big flat wet spot. And the plants down there like growing in wetter ground that stays wetter longer. And the plants uphill, up here that I'm crunching across. The plants up here appreciate a faster draining ground. The water just percolates through instead of lingering. It's pretty rocky and chunky up here. This is an Escobaria cactus. These are only up here, up on the slope where the water doesn't linger. They don't like having wet feet. They don't like ground that holds water very much. Here's another one. The remains of the flowers, and it's got fruits forming in there. Oh, one of the fruits is coloring up. That one's about ripe. But there are no Escobaria down in the flat, better drained soil areas. There are a couple of cactus down there, but the cactus down there are this kind. These are Cylindropuntia. Most people call them cholla. there's a few of these down in the flatter area, but not very many. Up here in the chunkier, better drained area, there's a scattering of them. Colorful lichens growing all over the rocks up here. Even as dry as it is, there's enough water, enough interaction zone between that flatter area and up here, tiny little cactus. But down at the bottom of the slope here is that zone between the drier ground and the wetter ground down there. That's where I'm going to be setting up the riparian system, riparian zone plantings. As I plant things, I'll describe what I'm planting, where in the zone I'm planting it, and why, how it's going to benefit the system. And I'll do that each step along the way, showing the progression of what in a few years should be a nice green patch. Whereas now it's just, I mean, it's green, but there's almost nothing woody here, just the scattering of juniper trees. I'll be getting more plants established, especially native woody plants. Get some trees and shrubs going, which in turn will provide more food and habitat for other animals, more birds, lizards, whatever happens to be passing through and utilizing the new food sources and shelters. So until next time I'm planning something new, this will be it. This is going to be the basis of this channel. I'm going to continue posting tidbits of interesting things I come across while I'm here. I've come across 4 different kinds of lizards, several insects, but the establishment of the riparian system is going to be the main focus. So I hope you'll enjoy watching this step-by-step process of this new ecosystem happening. Watch it forming, watch it growing. The channel will grow along with it. So until next planning time, that's it for now. Happy growing.